Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome. How is everybody today? Hi, good morning. I missed some of your faces. So glad some of you are here. And what's really exciting is that I know there's going to be some new faces joining us. We just had the master class last weekend. So if you're new, welcome. So excited. Can't wait. All righty. So go ahead and type into the chat anything you'd like to be coached around. Anything you'd like to be coached around. Remember, if you're more specific, I'm more likely to choose you. Go ahead and just type into the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. I've noticed that, Kent. I've noticed that. Okay. Welcome if you've just joined us. If you have anything you'd like to be coached around, go ahead and type it into the chat. Okay. All righty. So let's go with Silvia. Silvia, we're gonna get to you. Kate, you have a rapid release tomorrow, so bring that up tomorrow because you're gonna get way intense coaching. Silvia, where'd your name go? Oh, there it is.
Okay, now you can.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm already emotional just knowing that I got picked.
It's okay. It's okay. So, what would be the most important thing to talk about today?
I would like to talk about changing my state from a place of feeling closed off to opening my heart. I have not been able to, I have chosen not to do coaching because I feel like I'm not as compassionate as I used to be. And I feel embarrassed and sad and all those things that come with knowing that I am my own obstacle. However, it seems like I cannot clear that. I feel like I'm in effect of my thought creations.
So, what would you like to have at the end of today?
Feel optimistic about my ability to connect with people. I'm feeling like I'm opening my heart.
Perfect. So how are you going to know that your heart is opened?
Physically, I would have that sensation of openness. In my behavior, I will know that I am looking forward to serve people. And in my thinking, I will stop feeling so guilty, creating thoughts that make me feel so guilty about not being where I would like to be.
So instead of thinking and feeling guilty, what are you going to think and feel?
Just joyful, open. Go back to my bliss state that is usually there until I start thinking about coaching.
And then how do you know that you connect with people?
There is a feeling, in my heart in the area. It's just, I'm very kinesthetic. So I just feel that openness. And I feel this vibration of joy. And, I like people. I like people a lot. And I'd like to be more compassionate.
So what is your definition of coaching?
Helping people to become empowered and walking with them to hold space for them to blossom, to open, to be joyful.
So when you think about coaching, what are your negative thoughts and emotions?
Right now, I just think that I can't help people if I'm judging them. And I judge them based on my recent past experience with people, where I have felt judged and I have felt let down.
So this recent experience where you were judged and let down, what were your negative thoughts and emotions?
That I was alone, that I cannot have any expectation of compassion towards me or support.
What else?
And there was an expectation that I eventually would be retributed for all the good things that I have done for people. So there was a disappointment because of the expectation.
So when you have an expectation and that expectation isn't met, what do you take that to mean about yourself?
That I'm selfish, expecting anything. that is wrong to expect something from people because it's to put pressure on them. So I should be in the space of being the giver and not the receiver.
And when you know you can't have any expectation of compassion or support towards you, what do you take that to mean about yourself?
That I don't deserve it. That if I am powerful, then I cannot expect anybody to reach a hand to help me. And because I am powerful, then I feel very isolated sometimes, because I am supposed to be the one giving, because I am powerful. But it's almost like nobody sees when I am needy or I just need a hand or that I have weaknesses.
So, where else in your life do you feel like you're selfish and undeserving, and that because you're powerful, it means you're alone?
Well, financially, it's that I always, if I have, then I have to stop receiving more because it almost like there is a limit. You shouldn't have too much. So it's like the universe gives me only what I need and I'm comfortable, but then it just seems like there is a limit. And in relationships, I always surround myself with people who are expecting more from me. And when I feel in that space of victim, I hate it because I do not believe that I am a victim. I believe that I put myself through that. So I am my own victimizer.
So, when you think about financially kind of like hitting that ceiling and not being able to get any more and not being able to receive any more, what are your negative thoughts and emotions?
Um, I really don't have many because I always have, no matter what. If I need something tomorrow, I just don't know if I have negative. Well, maybe the negative would be the question, why do I have to be in effort? So why do you have to earn and make it instead of just having it? So every time there is a need for something, I have to create it. So wouldn't it be nice just to have it without having to create it for whatever is needed?
Hmm. What's your definition of expectation?
On my part, it would be the desire for somebody to be a certain way with me. And it's interesting because when somebody, if I do it to somebody, sometimes I feel like if I do to somebody, is why should I put pressure expecting anything? So like, it's not okay to expect because why put pressure? So what it does to me, I kind of close off. And then if I can't have an expectation, then I just separate or isolate or
So if you do have an expectation and it puts pressure on somebody, how is that a problem?
if there is a fear of rejection. And rejection when they don't respond positive. And if they do respond positive, I feel guilty and ashamed.
Okay, so if they do reject you and it's negative, how is that a problem?
I'm unworthy. I'm not deserving. I shouldn't even be asking. And it's okay, I can create it myself. So why ask? So then with a client, when I am in this state, I would project that like, well, why can't you do it yourself? And so that's the part where I don't feel the compassion, and I cannot be in front of a person with that kind of judgment.
Okay, so if you project that on them, how is that a problem?
I'm judging them, and that's wrong.
How's that a problem?
Because I'm caging them in my judgment, and I am influencing them. So then I cannot empower somebody that I am judging negatively.
How's that a problem?
Um, that I feel ashamed of doing that.
So what would you take it to mean about yourself if you caged them in your judgment? You can't empower them.
I'm a bad person.
How specifically are you a bad person?
Because I don't act for the well-being of others, and I cannot, I'm unloving. And that I create suffering. I could create suffering for others.
So if you're to be selfish, how is that a problem?
Then I would not receive love. And of course, 0 to 7, mother always told me I was selfish every time I would choose for me. So choosing for me is a no, has to be other people first. And that makes you a good Christian, whatever.
What's your definition of love?
Harmony and unconditional affection.
Can I state an observation?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was this most recent experience where you were judged and let down that triggered this, And you realized that when you had an expectation, you were being selfish. So that's why you closed yourself off. Because if you're selfish, you're not going to receive any love from your clients, your parents, the world, yourself, God, because choosing for others makes you a good Christian. So if you're choosing for yourself, that presupposes you'd be a bad Christian. So not only are you fighting for the love of everybody around you, you're now also fighting for love from God. So when I say that, what comes up for you?
It's just emotional sadness. I don't know that I logically believe that, but it's just something that is so deep that it seems like it's in the cells of the body without me being able to change it, no matter what I think.
So your definition of love is great, right? Harmony, unconditional affection. So what do you have to do in order to receive love?
Not what I would tell a client, but for me, it would be just be nothing. Don't think, don't talk, don't do anything that can upset anybody. And logically, I know it's not true, but that's what comes.
When was the first time you had to be nothing in order to get love?
I don't know if there is one specific event. I just have like some stuff coming up. There's one thing that always comes up, and it's I wanted I was about 5 years old, and I always wanted to when I was tired to hang on my mom, and with my ear just to listen to her heart. And to me, that was very comforting. And my mother always pushed me away, telling me I was too big, that I was bothering her. So then I just, that desire of, to me, that was love, to be close to her body and hearing her heartbeat.
So what were your negative thoughts and emotions when your mom pushed you away?
That I was not deserving of having a desire for that love or that attention. That I shouldn't want that.
What were your negative emotions when she pushed you away?
Um, I remember that I just wanted to disappear from shame for asking. And just wanted to just disappear, just be nothing, just trying to erase the moment when I wanted that. So I wanted to go back to before I wanted that.
So what did the shame protect you from feeling?
pain. I don't know if this is applicable, but something is coming up for me. My mom had an expectation of me that I did not fulfill. I had a half brother who, he had a different dad because my mom was the widow. We were 20 years apart. And he got sick. And my mom wanted wanted my kidney. And I was afraid. And I knew that he would not take care of my kidney because he didn't take care of his health. I didn't even know if I was compatible. And he had children. My niece is 6 years younger than me. So I asked my mom, you would be more compatible. And she says, I'm too old. Well, his daughters would be more compatible. Well, they are too young. And she did not offer a protection for my health. I didn't count. So I guess when things happen outside, I just go to that moment where I don't count in what I desire or how I need to protect myself.
So there's one emotion you haven't said yet. And it's really it's written all over your face. Hurt. Feel hurt.
Yeah. Yes.
And honestly, this one's a little bit of a mind read, so you can reject this word if it doesn't apply. But betrayal. That the person who was supposed to give you that love and safety and protection turned you away. And that the shame is just protecting you from having to feel the hurt and betrayal again. So when I say that, what comes up for you?
I just feel I'm so closed off. But what comes up is like, I shouldn't even expect to be protected. I shouldn't even expect to have unconditional love from my mother.
So I want you to just close your eyes. Just take a deep breath. And I want you to find the hurt and betrayal in your heart, in your body. Oh, that was a Freudian slip. I want you to find the hurt and betrayal in your body. Where is it?
Here.
I can't see. Can you tell me where in your body?
Is it my chest, upper chest, towards my neck?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not even in the heart and it's not even in the throat. It's like just a little
Right.
bit below the throat.
Right in between them.
Yeah.
Which makes perfect sense that you would feel your heart is closed off and you can't say the things you need to say when coaching, when it comes to money or relationships, because that hurt and betrayal is blocking both from happening. And you're not able to then speak from your heart. So at 5, when you just wanted to comfort yourself and get that love from your mom and she pushed you away? What did you need that you didn't get?
Affection. That she could be my mom. Because why did I always have to be her mom? That if all her attention was never in me, wasn't my brother and his problems. Of course, he was an adult already, but he always had reasons to need, and I didn't have needs, or I shouldn't have needs. Because my mom, she just couldn't. She was too hurt herself to do anything. So
So you needed affection, you needed a mom, you needed attention and love. What else did you need that you didn't get?
support, and one thing that I never got from my mom was to be unconditional. And I know what it is to be unconditional because I got all of that from my father, but I still, needed it from her. My father tried to be the mother and the father. He tried, but I still needed her.
So because you needed affection and a mom and attention and love and support, just this unconditional from your mom, and you didn't get it, what are the qualities and characteristics of yourself that you suppressed?
Joy, spontaneity, from 5 until 13, 14, every picture I have, I was crying. I was always unhappy. And I would ask my mom, why so young was I unhappy? Before I did any therapy or any coaching, those were my questions before she died. And I just suppressed being spontaneous, and also to have this interaction of giving and receiving. It's like, my family was also always the givers, to the community, to the family. And so I had to be the giver, but sometimes I would resent it. So I would be resentful. My mom, if I got something new, she would go, if I got a piece of clothing new, she would go to my closet and take something out because I could not have two. I had to have only one. So I have one new, I needed to donate the other one. So there was that sense of not allowed to have more. I'm surprised I'm not a hoarder, because there's that thing like, why not? Why not have more?
What else did you suppress about yourself?
Um, I guess softness. I would like to be more feminine in my life, not always having to be the warrior that has to go and conquer and get everything. So I miss suppressing that part of me. That's the hardest. And that's what I would like to have to offer to others. That softness, where if you have a client, they know they can come to you and you can hold the space with total authenticity.
What else did you suppress?
trust. More than what I suppressed, I'm looking at what I became, hard, going for it, warrior, all those strong qualities, and I miss not having more softness.
So when you know that you have affection and attention and love and support and unconditional and joy and spontaneity, and you can give and receive equally, and you have that softness, that femininity, that authenticity and trust, what do you have?
Joy and this zest for life, like I felt like that last year when I moved, because I was creating so much. So for me, it's just living in that bliss. I love where I live. I just like this so much. I feel like God has given me so much. And when I go into that space of how much I have received from the universe and God, I go into that space of I want to be an inspiration for other people, to share the joy. I have done a lot of it. Not in a transactional way like I would do with a client, but I have done it with my friends. And I just have this happiness, that joy, that lightness, that certainty that everything is okay, that
And when you
there's nothing that I really desire because it's a desire that is something I need to have, because I feel the contentment of having it all.
And when you have this joy and zest for life and this bliss and inspiration and happiness and light and the certainty and contentment of having it all, what do you feel?
I feel successful.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that I got it. I feel that the sky is the limit. I feel like I command my life, that I do what I love to do, that I magically can, go in the world and create things. And I feel loved.
Mm-hmm. Love from where?
Well, because I feel the love in my heart and from God, then it feels like everybody loves me, even if they don't. And when they don't, then I laugh because I think it's a joke.
Beautiful. So when you have joy and the zest for life and bliss and inspiration and happiness and light and certainty and this contentment of having it all, and you feel successful and you know that you've got it, you command your life and you do what you love to do, you magically create and you have love. You have love from yourself, you have love from God. So when you have and feel all of that, what are the qualities and characteristics of yourself?
Um, well, I'm funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving. And then I am compassionate because
Mm-hmm.
I have it all. There's nothing that I need. All my needs are met. So I have an overflow to give. And I feel so in touch with nature. And I just love, animals, pets, like anything. I love the iguanas and the pelicans that I have here. So just so like nature replenishes me, and I just feel like I am one with everything.
That's amazing. So when you have affection and attention and love and support and unconditional and joy and spontaneity and balanced giving and receiving and softness and femininity and authenticity and trust, and you have joy and a zest for life and bliss and inspiration and happiness and light and certainty and contentment from having it all, and you feel successful, you know you got this, you command your own life, you do what you love to do, you're magically creating, you have love from yourself and from God, you're funny and loving and compassionate, and you know that all your needs are met, and you have an overflow to give. You're grounded in nature and you're one with everything. When you think about all of that, what are your positive thoughts and emotions?
That I can make a living out of feeling so fabulous.
Hell yeah.
That I could serve because I'm in a good spot.
And how about receiving?
I feel like it's like a natural flow and
Mhm.
not a taking because I'm expecting to get something. It's just that gift,
Mhm.
just getting that gift of the flow. And yeah, because there's no need. So whatever you get is just an extra, it's a plus.
Yep. Amazing. All right. One more time. When you have affection and attention and love and support and unconditional and joy and spontaneity and giving and receiving, it's this flow, a gift, this beautiful extra thing that you just get to have softness and femininity, and you have authenticity and trust and joy and a zest for life, and you live in this bliss and inspiration and happiness and light, and you have certainty and contentment of having it all, and you know that you're successful and that you got this, you command your life, you do what you love to do, you magically create, you have that self-love, the love from God, you're funny and loving and compassionate, and all your needs are met. And you get to overflow and give that overflow. And you're grounded in nature and one with everything. So when you know all of that, you have all of that, and you are all of that, what's different about coaching and your open heart?
That there is no question, there is no, it's not even coaching, it's just serving really. It's not about a business. It stops being, just becomes a way of life with the benefit of receiving money for it. Yeah. Yeah,
And do
that's
you,
different.
yeah. And do you feel optimistic about your ability to connect with people and open your heart?
Yes.
Do you have that kinesthetic, that vibration of joy, that physical sensation of openness, and you're looking forward to helping people and you feel joyful and open and bliss and more compassionate?
Yes, I do.
Beautiful. So, is there anything else we need to talk about today in order for you to feel whole and complete?
No, it's just like, is that easy, huh?
Yep, that easy.
To shift. Well, thank you so much. It just was so gloomy and now it's so open and so vibrant and my energy is just so great. Thank you. Thank you
Oh,
so
good. I'm
much.
so glad. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. So you're totally free from this, but I want to answer any questions and things like that. So you get to be happy and blissful over there. And if you have questions too, you can ask, but you just get to hang out for a little bit. So any questions, comments, observations? Maybe this resonated so much with you. I want to hear it all. Because you have lots of love in the chat. I want to be able to answer any of your questions. I know some of you are typing. Any questions? Was this anybody? Do we have anybody? It's their first time? Yeah, there's a couple of you guys. It's your first time. What did you think? How was it? You can type it into the chat. Oh, yay, Matt. I'm so excited. Oh, you too, Jennifer. I'm so excited. Welcome to the hot seat. That's what it is. Yes, totally, Allison. Just using that silence, right? So for those of you that have been through Activate, when we talk about utilizing that silence, there were like at least 3 times where I was just looking at my notes, just like, okay, where do I want to go next? And then Silvia just filled the silence, and I was like, great, that's where I'm going next. So it's perfect to use that silence to take a beat for yourself, and then also allow what's unconscious to come up for your client for your client. And then for those of you who are going to be coming through Activate for this first time, either this next time around or next year, so excited for you. We're going to talk, you're going to learn how to do exactly what I just did. So if you're like, holy moly, can I do that too? Yes, you can. We will be teaching you. So welcome everybody who it was your first time. I'm really excited. Beautiful. Okay. Any other questions or comments or observations? Yes, Arlene. So yeah, that was really great when with the observation prompting her to say the emotion. Yeah. So when I had gotten to that point, she had said a couple other emotions, but she if you ever go back and rewatch this recording, you'll notice that she never said any different emotion other than guilt and shame. She may have said sad once, but even then, it wasn't very associated. But yeah, she said sad, but she never said anything except guilt and shame. So I was like, I know that there's another emotion in there, especially if we're talking about like selfish and love and all of this stuff there. And then with the whole like her mom pushing her away, there is no way in this world, right? This is one of those like general things. No way in this world that if your mother is denying you love, you don't feel hurt, especially at 5. That's all you want. You just want love. And if you don't have that, and then really what really brought up like the betrayal was the expectation that I didn't fill with giving her half brother a kidney, feeling like she didn't matter, all of that stuff. That's where I was like, oh yeah, the betrayal is just like woven in there too. So a lot of times people will use emotions because though that specific emotion is easier to deal with than what they're actually feeling. So in this case, right, it was that guilt and that shame that was so much easier for her to deal with than the hurt and the betrayal. For some people, they use anger. Some people use anger so they don't have to feel the sad, the hurt, the fear, the guilt, or whatever. Or sadness. Sadness is so much easier than another. So some people use different emotions because they're ones that they're used to, or they're a bit easier. They kind of know their way around them so that they know they can kind of just like, okay, fine, I'll just feel guilty and I'll just move on instead of actually having to deal with the emotion. So pay attention when you notice only like 1 or 2 emotions coming up and you're like, there has to be something else here. So I'm so glad you picked up on that, Arlene. Perfect, Eco. So that's a great question. So yes, so what the hot seat is just a root cause coaching session, right? So it's root cause coaching start to finish, right? For those of you that are practicing your root cause coaching, is it step 1 through 8. And this could be perfectly fine and amazing. The reason why we like to do the unconscious releasing, right, is because it's that integration. So now, of course, everything that came up, all these negative thoughts and emotions, these limiting decisions, everything that came up in here, Silvia deserves to go release in like a rapid release, or just a release with some peers who want some practice. That would be totally fine. And right now, it's moving her back into action. So a lot of the times I like to just do root cause coaching sessions, because it's just going to move people out of the problem into action. I don't think Jessica's on the line, but it's grit. It's okay, you're off of the presenting problem. We figured it out. You know you have everything you need. So go out there and do it. Go kick some butt. Go, hold on, I want to use your words. Go make a living out of being fabulous. So it's having a little bit of that grit, that mental toughness, that like, you know, you have it all in you. Go do it. There's nothing in your way anymore. So yes, it would absolutely be beneficial and important for her to release all of those emotions. And she doesn't need to, in this sense, to go out there and start doing some stuff. So Kate, by her going out there and like doing something, so by her going out there and getting a client and doing this work, or going out there and just serving and opening her heart up and having that compassion, that is already going to be giving her the learning she needs to get. And she's going to process it unconsciously now. And it's going to be amazing for her. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard Carson talk about, it's an acronym, but it's ARIEL. So it's like analyze, release, learnings, embodiment, and then learning, something there's another L. Anyway, that is, we don't want you to become so dependent on the releasing that you don't go out there and do the things. You don't always need the release in order to go out there and do something, which is why this call is so important, because that's why it's just coaching and not coaching and releasing, because we want you to go out there and do it. The biggest learnings that you're going to get is when you go out there and you embody the learnings that you got either from a release or from a coaching session, even if it's just the learning of, I know I have everything inside of me and I get to go out there and serve and get an extra bonus by making money off of it. Great, amazing. She's going to go out there and do that. And then she's going to learn things about herself. And then she's going to go repeat. She's going to then go, okay, what worked? What didn't work? Okay, maybe I need to release this or coach around this. Okay, great. Now I can go back out there and embody those learnings. And then I'm going to get brand new learnings that really are so deep that she only gets by going out and doing, which is why we're all on your butts about going out there and doing some things. So hopefully that kind of explains why this call is so important. To just, sometimes you don't need the release. You just need to go out there and do the things. And you're going to go out there and do the things, right, Silvia? Yeah. She's like, heck yeah.
You know, I was also stuck in my thinking in the past after this session. So now I'm changing something that I needed to get the imprint out of the cells. But what I feel now with being coached this way, because I tried to do it myself, but evidently it was not very successful. So, but just by doing this, I can feel that it already, the energy moved. So there is a shift. So yes, I can make it totally real with, work with the release, of course, but I do notice the difference.
Yeah. Perfect. Amazing. Yes, which is why I love this call so much. And that's why I've been telling everybody, show up to this call, even if you're just listening. Who knows what you're going to get out of it, right? Perfect. Amazing. Well, thank you all so much for being here, just holding the space for Silvia today. I know it was super beneficial for her. It was great for you guys, because I know everybody got something out of this, whether it was learn something more about coaching or learn something about themselves. And they're like, oh my goodness, am I doing this too? whatever it was that you got out of this, I know it was perfect and you were all here exactly for the right reason. So these calls are going to be posted in the Facebook Nexus group. Typically they're up within like an hour or so. And then they should be right there at the top. You shouldn't have to scroll too far. And if not, you can always search hot seat in the Facebook group and all the hot seats will come up. Okay. So these are going to be in the Nexus group. So if you ever want to catch a replay or you want to rewatch anything, they're going to be posted in there. Thank you all for being here. I'm so excited for all of our newbies. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this and got so much value out of it. I'm so glad you guys were here. Don't forget the rest of the calls this week. You got Unlocking Intuition. That's a great call. You have the meditation, and then you guys have the business call on Friday. So thank you, everybody. And I will see you later. For some of you, I'll see you really soon. Bye, everybody. Bye.